Welcome to I guess we can call it an episode 21 of the Creative Train podcast. I'm calling this one Live from the Breakroom. There's a double meaning to that. You'll catch on what it is as we go along here. So I'm just going to drop in for a little bit here, let you know what I've been up to, what some plans are for the podcast coming up, and ask you for your very well-regarded input on format. So yeah, like I said, this isn't really going to be like one of those inspirational episodes where I talk about things. I'm going to be talking about me and some ideas that I've had. So thank you all for checking in and having a listen to this. This is going to be really short. I'm going to pause my regular podcast uploads until the new year, 2025. Not because I've run out of ideas, but because I want to expand my formatting a little bit. To date, I've made short solo podcasts, things for artists and educators to listen to, from which they might glean some inspirations or insights and problem solve, ways to get ideas out of your head or innovative ways to interact with your students. The reason I've kept them shorter is because I know that I don't often have an hour or 2 hours that I can listen attentively and do justice to those other podcasts' efforts by listening uninterrupted and catching all their flow. And if I do find myself in a situation where I can do that, I will admit I start to check out or tune out after like 20 minutes anyway. So all the podcasts that I've shared, created, posted, all of them seem to have been very well received, and I'm grateful for all the listens and shares and supportive comments that I've received. It's actually especially encouraging when people who are like otherwise strangers to me and don't see any of my social media stuff or know me in real life, and they find my stuff and actually listen. And I know they listen because they'll comment about something that I said into the body of the podcast, not just commenting on the title or something. I've had a few folks reach out and kind of tell me that I need to have them as a guest on the podcast. And I know they haven't listened to a single episode and they really have no idea what I've been trying to do with my podcast. They just know it's something to do with creativity, and I think they want a spotlight. Yeah. No. But as part of my reformatting for the next bunch of episodes, I'm going to have some guests. Some are going to be remote, and some will be here in my attic studio. And I'll consider making a video option for some of these, but I know those files can get really big, and I don't want that to discourage people who listen, who download their episodes and take them on the go with them. So until the new year, I will be lining up guests and even composing new in and out theme music, and hopefully getting the coaching aspect of Creative Train out to the world on an actual website. I got so hung up on trying to do one of those DIY websites where you plug in all your info, and I made a mess of it. So I need time where I don't have to go to work during the day, so I have a couple weeks off here. So I'm going to make that one of my focuses. If you know someone who you think would be a good fit for the Creative Train podcast, an artist, an educator, or even a particularly gifted student, reach out and let's connect and make something happen. It's so important these days when the world seems to get so ugly at times, to take time to enjoy art and celebrate those who make art in any form. So if you know a writer or a dancer or, I don't know, anybody who does anything creative, that's what I want to keep talking about here, how to encourage artists. Because like I said, when the world gets ugly, art is one of the things that people turn to. And it can either be in form of protest, it can be in form of just giving you something beautiful to occupy your mind and your eyes with, or your ears with. We have a lot to be grateful for the efforts of every single creative person who has come before us, for helping keep us centered and sane. It's not easy some days. So again, if you know someone who you think would be a great fit for the Creative Train podcast, reach out and let me know. We'll connect and we'll get them on here. And we'll find out what inspires them, what motivates them, and what makes them tick as well. Thanks for listening. Merry Christmas.